Oh, he's ready. Okay. Down we go, my guy. That one was actually one of the smaller ones up that was cruising around these holes. There were a couple females up top here, and then I was casting that spoon down off the back side of this ledge, and there were a couple males sitting right beneath that red Judas Priest, and that was one of them.
I was introduced to it by my dad when I was 14 years old, and once I remember seeing salmon, that big of a fish in a small body of water in a creek, I was hooked. Here in Michigan, it's the biggest fish that we really catch in our rivers or in our Great Lakes.
I think one of my favorite things about salmon fishing in like a creek or a small river setting is just being out in nature. It's a little bit different than what I'm normally used to out like on a bass boat in the middle of the lake. It's cool to be in those crystal clear creeks where you can see all the fish down in the holes, and you can see them swimming up, like they swim right through your legs or right around you, and just the visual aspect of fishing small creeks, clear ones in particular, is just really cool.
And I think really it comes down to education as far as, you know, protecting the population the best that we can. I think the main thing is that we fish ethically for these fish. Make sure you're just abiding by the guidelines that the DNR has set. You can keep 5 fish per person per day. And there was just another report about people that came into our state, into Michigan from Colorado, and fished in one of our major rivers, and they were snagging fish illegally, and they were taking home, you know, they had 460 pounds of salmon that was caught illegally.
I've got 26 years in with the department. Started as a biologist in Southwest Michigan, then became an area manager, and now I'm the Lake Michigan Basin Coordinator. Big difference between Michigan and out west Alaska or California is, you know, Michigan's all freshwater. So the fact that these salmon have created this fishery here in all freshwater is really pretty cool. Prior to salmon, Great Lakes were primarily a commercial fishery. So the main predator at that time was lake trout, and they got overfished by commercial fishermen with nets. And with the lack of lake trout, and then we had invasive species coming in like sea lamprey, and then the alewives, there were no predators for the alewives. So alewife population expanded tremendously, and there's huge die-offs throughout the lakes. And that became a huge issue in Michigan. The fisheries chief at the time was trying to figure out how to get rid of these alewives. And he actually was looking at striped bass at one time to bring them in, but then started looking at coho and Chinook salmon. We needed a top predator that would feed on these alewife, which are pelagic. They came in and did that job. They primarily eat alewife. That's like 99% of their diet. You know, people who want to see clean beaches and a good balanced ecosystem in Lake Michigan should like salmon. Because without them, we'd have an overabundance of alewife, and salmon are here to help balance that. But also, the industry that the anglers bring in, you know, really help these tourist towns. Your Traverse City, your Ludington, your Grand Haven, Muskegon are all developed the way they are because of the salmon industry.
You know, and you gain an appreciation for the fish too. And when you do that, you marvel at the journey they go on, and part of you starts to actually kind of root for the fish, and you start to feel some empathy towards the fish as well. And it's not just about you keeping fish and getting what you want and taking what you want out of the resource. It's also understanding that we have to protect this resource, and these fish go on an amazing journey to get where they do. And we want to do everything we can to be able to keep doing this for generations and generations.